Unit 5, Triangle Congruence, question number 1. So question number 1 wants us to solve mathematical problems that include numerical values involving base angles of an isosceles triangle. So here's some helpful information that we need to remember in regards to triangles. So there's 3 types of triangles. There's an isosceles. So isosceles. Okay. There's a equilateral. Alright, and then there's a scalene. Okay, so an isosceles triangle has 2 equal sides. Again, it has 2 equal sides. Okay, and because it has 2 equal sides, that means it also has 2 equal angles. Okay, because if the sides are the same, the angles will be the same. An equilateral triangle has all equal sides. Okay, so that means that it has all equal angles. And then a scalene triangle has no equal sides, so that means it has no equal angles. Okay, so what we need to try to evaluate, it says find the measure of angle BAC. So angle BAC will be BA. So we're trying to find the measure of this angle right here. Okay, so because we're trying to find it, we're going to call it X, because again, X is normally what we use to represent what we don't know. Okay, so again, this is an isosceles triangle where it's stating that this side AB, or that's the line AB, is equivalent to the line BC. Okay, so because the lines are equivalent, we could also say that the angles are equivalent. So that means that this angle is the same as this angle right here. Okay, so X will be equal to 28. Okay, so let's try the next one. So the next one, it says find the measure of angle TUS. So TUS will be from, so TUS, so that will be this angle right here. We're gonna call it X. Okay, so what do we know? Well, we know that the line TS, so we know the line TS is equivalent to the line TU. Okay, so because the lines are equivalent, that would mean that also the angles are equivalent. So that means this angle is the same as this angle right here. Okay, so because this is X, we're going to also call this X. Okay, well, how does that help me? Because we still don't know the value of X. Well, we know the value of this angle right here, and then we could use our concept that the sum of all angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So we could use that the sum of all angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees, so that we could find the value of X. So that means that this angle X plus this angle X plus this angle of 131 should be equal to 180. So we could combine these like terms, and then we'd get 2X plus 131 is equal to 180. Then we subtract 131, subtract 131. So 2X will be equal to 180 minus 131 will be 49. Then we divide by 2, divide by 2. So X will be equal to 49 divided by 2 is 24.5. Okay, so again, guys, just like that. Okay, degrees. Alright, and again, if you add it up down, all of those, it will give you 180 degrees. Okay, so let's try the next one. So we're going to try to redo. So again, it says find the measure of angle GFE. So GFE will be this angle right here. Okay, and we're going to call that missing angle X. Well, what do we know? We know that this line EF is equivalent to this line FG, And I know that because of that line that we see right here. That means that they're measuring the same, they're equivalent. Okay, so that means that if the lines are equivalent, that means that their angles are equivalent. So this angle is equivalent to this angle, so this is also 40 degrees. Okay, so well, what could we use to find x? Well, we could use the same theory that the sum of all angles in a triangle, we could use the sum of all angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so we could say that 40 plus 40 plus x is equal to 180. 40 plus 40 is 80 plus x is equal to 180. So now all we have to do is subtract 80, and we'll get that x is equal to 100. Okay, so 100 degrees. Alright, so let's try the next one. So it says find the measure of the line. So this time we're finding the measure of a line TU. Okay, well, TU would be this line right here, and we're gonna call that line x. Okay, so what do we know? Well, we know that the angle right here, TSU, is equivalent to which angle? TUS. So it's equivalent to angle TUS. Okay, and what do we know, guys? Well, if the angles are equal, alright, if we have two equal angles, then also the two sides are equal. Okay, so that means that this side right here is equivalent to this side right here. Okay, so if this is 18, then this is also 18. So x is equal to 18 degrees. 18, not degrees, just 18. Okay, so let's try the next one. So the next one is going to be a U-Brew collaborative, so you guys can go ahead and try to talk to each other about this one, alright, or talk to yourself. So let's try this one. So it says the measure of angle JLK. So JLK, JL, so that would be this angle right here. We're going to call it x. Okay, so we know that this for this triangle JK, or the line JK, is equivalent to the line KL. So if they're equivalent, that means that their angles are equivalent. So that means this angle, that's x, is also equivalent to this angle, and this is also x. Okay, so we could use the sum of all angles in a triangle. So we could say that x plus 76 is equal to 180. X plus x is 2x plus 76 is equal to 180. Subtract 76, subtract 76. 2x is equal to 104. Then we divide by 2, so x is equal to 52. Okay, so let's try the next one. So 52 degrees. Okay, so let's try the next one. So it says find the measure of angle TRS. So TRS would be this angle right here. We're gonna call it x because we don't know what it is. And what do we know? We know that RS, or the line RS, is equivalent to the line TR. So, or rather, is equivalent to ST, sorry. So ST. So it's equivalent to ST. Okay? So, because the lines are equivalent, that also means the angles are equivalent. Okay? So, if this is 47, then this is also 47. Okay? Okay, so let's try the last two. So the last two, it says find the measure of KL, or the line KL. So KL will be this line right here. We're gonna call it x. Here we see that the angle KJL is equivalent to the angle KLJ. Okay, because the angles are equal, that means that also their sides are equal. Okay, so if this was 18, this is also 18. Okay, and then the final one, it says find the measure of angle STR. So STR would be this angle right here. We know that the side RS is equivalent to the side ST. So because the sides are equivalent, so we're going to call this X. That means that their angles are equivalent. So we could use the sum of all angles in a triangle. So X plus 122 is equal to 180. Subtract 122, subtract 122. Oh, we forgot to combine these like terms first. So that would have been 2X equal 180 minus 122 is 58. That we divide by 2, divide by 2. So X is equal to 58 divided by 2 is 29. So this will be 29 degrees. So again guys, just like that.